Hello everyone. And today I start working on this nice Hitachi D-5500, and this is a pinnacle of Japan engineering from I believe 1980 plus minus 1 year, and it's really cool. As you may see, it's a double capstan 3-head deck. It is missing left pinch roller. All right, will give us some headache how to fix it. What else? It has full automatic tape tuning system. All right, it has bias and sensitivity indicators here. So when it's tuning, we can see how it will tune it here. Regular view meters, line in, microphone in, control outputs, Dolby and MPX filter, tape source monitor, source tape, stop play after rewind and memory, and biggest feature is the remote. And that's how it looks like. So you can install batteries here and use this as a remote. And here is a sensor. All right, see it's moving. And when you don't need remote, you just plug it in inside the deck like that. All right, here is a phone output and 2 microphone inputs. Really nice deck. Let's see if I would be able to fix this one. That you may see, fix it, input output and variable input output. Why we need fix it line in, it's interesting. And it's a button. Line in fix it, we need to push, and microprocessor reset we need to push here as well. And here is the battery compartment. So it's kinda Nakamichi 1000, but from Hitachi. All right, see you soon, guys. All right, I removed 4 screws here to remove the panels and the glass from the door. All right, and I opened the top cover. So here we have transformer, power supply, and control module, I believe, looking into this chip, which controls tape transport. And here is a board for, I believe, direct drive motor. All right, and we have another motor here. Okay, and here is a set of boards. 1, 2, 3 boards, as I see. 1, 2, and 1 on the bottom. With lots of parts to work on. All right, just for the case, let's power on and see if it does anything. All right, let's power it on. Set some manual here. We have both lights. We have lights here on these indicators, and we have both capstans running, but power is blinking for some reason. Let's see. Fast forward is good. Rewind is good. After stop works. Even playback works. We're just missing left pinch roller, and I believe it was removed because of I thought because of power flutter, but we are missing here a left guide. So we need to see how we can build a left guide here, so tape will be running straight. Oh ho ho. Let me see what I can do about it. All right, and I'm not sure why it's blinking, if it should blink or not. Okay, Okay, back, pose, light work, as you may see. Fast forward light doesn't work, reverse light doesn't work. Let's rotate the tape. Yeah, does pretty good job. Okay, let me talk to owner and see what we can do. Let's see if it's placed something. Oops, stop. It didn't pick up the tape in the playback mode. Let me see. Yeah, the friction is almost absent. The motor stops. So torque is almost absent. Yeah. Alright. That would be lots of work to have it fixed. Now, after I discuss how to deal with this part, then we will remove the front panel and pull out the tape transfer to work on. See you soon. And here I'm continuing, guys. I'm removing the front panel, right, to get access to the tape transfer. And I had to open because we need to disconnect these cables right here. And this orange goes, it's right here. It's in this bunch. All right. But what I mentioned is, take a look on this microchip built of discrete elements. I believe all of those are transistors. Interesting. TA4023. And this on the top board. And consider mount the coils and wires. This looks for me like record amplifier. And here is the op amps. See? Oh my, what a design. TA4024. Okay. Discrete element design. And here are the smaller ones. TA4027. All right. Have you seen that design before? That's the first time when I see that in this shape. Right? Take a look inside. Technically good access everywhere. I'm really happy with what I see. Now let me get to remove this panel and we'll see how to remove tape transfer. See you soon. And that is two connectors from the front panel, which goes into this board and it connects like that. So colors a little bit different. Okay, this one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so you cannot mess them up, so they have different number of pins. But installing them back would be pretty tricky because they're in the very corner and down there. And here is the pots, so technically we can deoxide them without removal. All right, let's see what next. See you soon. Okay, and here I'm removing contacts for the power on light. It's not that easy to do after all these years. Done. Here we go. So they don't have polarity, so it should be fine. Let me see. And now we can pull everything out. And this was disconnected. And there's a burn sign. We need to find what this wire is. Goes right here. The right one. Alright, moving on. Now I can remove screws and pull out the tape transport. See you soon. Well guys, removal of tape transport in this deck, even with all my inventor mind and reading service manual, is still a pita, because I even after disconnected head wires, disconnected wire going to direct drive motor, I still was struggling to pull the transport out of a place. It's really inconvenient, so like it's don't have enough room, so I have to pull side panel to find a position where it will go piece by piece. And be careful with this chrome switch, it works like that. All right, right here, do not break it, because like it's very tricky to get it out. All right, now wires, that one goes here. Again, non-polarity, I believe it's some kind of light for a sensor. All right, really hard to disconnect. Next one goes here from the switch, again non-polarity, these two wires right here. Remember that it's somewhere like 1978 when this deck was designed, and as you may see, it's already have all those connectors. Oh my. Right, I need two hands. Right, so we have this wire, we have a couple more wires goes inside. All right, let me work it out. See you in a moment. And we have another surprise. So these wires here, solder it right on the right side, black on the left side. They go to the real motor. So I believe it already was replaced. I'm not sure what's happened with it. I still need to work on it because it don't work in the playback mode. It just stops on the dead spots. All right. So let me desolder it and move on. All right, the black-white wire, which comes here from the light, is soldered right here on this board. And two other wires, one is yellow, which comes like that. Yellow-black is right here. And another one, which is orange, which is black down there, orange black on the bottom. I need to disconnect here to pull them out. So really design, really early design, when they've been still learning how to do it. At the same time, we're trying to do really nice decks from outside and working nicely. All right, more complex than I thought, really. See you soon. Okay, and to remove the last connection, I had to remove this set with the screw on the top, which holds the bulb right here. And then I have released the tape transport, finally. It had one more connector connecting right here. All right, and we have it free. Now I can work on it. It took just about 2 hours to pull it out and fully understand how to do it. All right, let me know what you think about this design. Exterior is super nice, but inside it's a little bit better than Akai. Akai of this H7 nightmarish. All right, it's at least has some connectors. Akai has all wires like screwed on top of the posts, and that makes difference. All right, let me move on. Let me remove the deck body and we'll start working on the tape transport. See you soon. All right, everyone. I continue disassembly of the tape transport, and what I see reminds me the same design we've seen on Hitachi 980M. I fixed it a couple years ago. I still have one. I had no chance to work on them, so I probably will part it out. So this belt require replacement already. I will part it out like to fix this arm. All right, but we will restore this nice Hitachi 5500. That should be restored. It's way more valuable model. Yeah, see, this belt is a little bit on the thin side. All right, it's a really valuable model, and I pretty much like how they perform. All right, so same mechanism, same mechanics like for supply sides. Okay, let me see. I need to get to idlers and see how everything looks there. See you soon. All right. I removed capstans. You see the one is huge, one is small on the supply side. And what I see, like smallest levers ever to pull up the heads. You see, this makes them install really powerful magnet here. So it will work like that. All right. And it's release the brakes. It's the same mechanism. All right, moving on. See you soon. All right, and now we know when there is fast forward or rewind, we see it uses gears, and that's why torque is good. But idler has been worn. You see residue here and lots of residue down there. And it's hardened and worn, so that's why there is no torque. I thought it's a motor, highly probably that's idler. All right, let me find and replace it. Let's go from there. See you soon.